What's up guys, Javier from That Racing Channel. Welcome back to another episode. We are back at RMC Miami to meet up with Danny. The boys at RMC Miami always have the craziest cars out of Japan. They have some super special stuff in store for us today. Let's go say what's up and check out what they got ready for us. Damn, even just walking up to this place. Look at this, bro. God, so good. So good. They have the most radical stuff here all the time. It's been a long time since we've been here. We're gonna have to plug a couple features that we've done here before, a couple quick little clips, because some of the coolest cars we've ever seen have come out of this place right here.
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
Good to see you, bro.
Likewise, brother.
Dude, it's been a minute since.
I think like 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, bro.
It's been a couple of years since we've been here.
Yeah, bro.
And you always got insane stuff. I mean, just look at this, dude. You're always coming out with the craziest builds.
Some of the most unique, some of the funnest to drive, you know, and hopefully we can take some out and kind of.
I will say some of our best collection experiences, right, have been with you guys.
That's awesome, bro. I appreciate that.
Thanks so much for having us out again, dude.
Yeah, brother, absolutely.
So what do you got in store for us today, dude? What do you got
I don't know, man. You got to pick your poison, bro. We got a couple of...
I get to choose?
Yeah, bro. You get to choose, man.
Bro. All right, I'm taking that one home.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to take that one home.
Both 911 turbo. Yeah, let's do it, bro. 2 930 turbos, you can't go wrong, bro. They're
I don't know if my bank account is quite ready for that, but I'll
let you borrow them. I'll keep the keys.
There we go.
We'll keep them in the garage for a couple of days. Make make believe that you can own them for a little bit. Yeah,
dude,
bro.
So what do you got, man? What's your flavor today? What do you want to show us?
I think the whole idea with these cars, again, just going back, if you haven't seen that video, I guess 2.5 years ago, is not really all about as much power as you can make. It's just full balance, fun car, all the noises, aesthetically being different, unique driving experience, and kind of just a well-rounded experience all in all. So we have two 89 turbos that look f***ing polar opposite. They have nothing alike, but they're both 89 930 turbos. We have this pretty cool black 355. It's got a built motor, Toto cams, badass suspension, big brakes. This is a weapon considered for Ferraris. This is like a bulletproof weapon. 550 horsepower, 2,200 pound, backdated to a 73 from an 89 G50 turbo. So this is a big Turbonetics single turbo built 3.3 liter, just coilover converted, big brakes, carbon doors, kind of just a car built for top speed and circuit. Top speed for these cars being like 180, 190 miles an hour, but for distance it's fun. These air-cooled cars, they get colder the faster you go. 89 turbo, this is a 6-speed from a 5-speed, which is not something commonly heard in these cars. This is a 3.3 twin turbo, twin K26, Motec controlled, twin plug, coilover converted, completely different aesthetic, carbon flat bottom. This is a higher quality build. So with that being said, it's not as dramatic, but it's a fucking weapon. That's a little dangerous, so it is a weapon. They're both weapons in their own way. Depends how good of a driver you are. Dude, I'm not that good of a driver, so hopefully we can make them shine a little bit.
I don't know, man. Every time I've ridden with you, you can throw down, bro.
Bro,
Look at this thing, dude. Look how freaking wild this. I mean, you just like the wide body, the wing, how aggressive these things look, man.
Yeah, so
that's one of my favorite things about
like both
about
gates coming out of both sides. So that's actually screamer pipes.
Yeah, last time we were here, you took us for riding that like yellow, just absolute weapon, dude.
Bro,
had the big turbo hanging off the back bumper.
Yeah, just like that white car.
These are giving me similar vibes, bro. These are giving me similar vibes.
I say that this car is probably built to that level, just being about 7 to 8 years older. So this car's still kind of in a dial-in process right now. We're still gonna go out, have some fun with it. As you'll see in the engine compartment later on, it's a very complex system we got going on here. Like I said, it's built by mad scientists. That 930, on the other hand, is very simple build, we're just using all the best shit, easy to maintain. With that being said, I'm not selling this one, so it doesn't really matter.
This one's not for sale.
Yeah, I like the complicated lifestyle, bro.
That says a lot.
Complicated ownership is what I live for.
You want to
see this?
Pop the rear
for sure.
real quick. Let's check it out. When I grow up, this is what I want to drive.
You know, as you grow up, you start learning you don't need a lot of horsepower.
Exactly.
Bro,
When I'm done with these 1,700 horsepower trucks and dumb stuff, this is where I want to be.
It's hard to be done with that, bro. That's fun too, man. I think you kind of need it all, bro. You need something that can do everything kind of good, you know?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, this is a weapon. They do a lot of special tricks. They dowel pin the cases, so they like weld stubs in between the cases, so that under boost, the cases don't shift. And like, it's a lot of motorsport tricks. So this car drives very nice on the street, but it's a beautiful balance of both. You know, you could use it and have fun on the street and not be like full race car, but when you're on it, it's like a mechanical dream, you know? Everything about it. Like I said, it's not as dramatic, but it feels so fucking tied in. If I had more than a camera to relay the experience, it wouldn't be, you know, it still wouldn't be enough.
Yep.
It's a 5 senses driving experience. Like, just gotta do it all.
Honestly, that's how I've felt in almost every car that you've ever taken me for a ride in here, is just the experience. It like, as much as I want to convey it through the camera,
yeah,
it's like, I mean, everything that you guys have here, you know? I mean, like, look at this, like, everything is just like pure experience, raw experience. Everything has a story. I mean, dude, you guys always kill
bro.
it.
Thank you, man. Yeah, we definitely like the unique pieces, bro, and I think stories make cars, and unfortunately, a lot of people look at them as an investment, which is a good thing, but, you know, when these cars were being built, nobody gave a shit about investments. They take a $40,000 car at the time, they spent $300,000 on the car, you know, and they kind of just had fun, made their car the way they wanted it, and we've kind of lost that, you know, going forward. Unfortunately, it turned into a bit of more of an investment style of ownership as opposed to like a hot rod style of ownership. So yeah, we're just trying to, like, you know, we've slowly but surely found like a lot of newer enthusiasts, you know, that are really just looking to have fun in analog machines, you know, and I think that's important to kind of bring that hot rod nature back to cars and to the
100%.
community, you know.
I couldn't agree more.
Drag racing is where it all starts for kind of everybody, and I think that drag racing is still the most important thing in my life. You know, I don't know nowhere near as much as 90% of your followers, but it's still something I love. Naturally, I've gone into drag racing for 30 minutes, you know, and stopping and turning. That also becomes fun, and racing 30 guys at the same time becomes fun. And also just like, people are starting to like these street track cars, because if you don't have the money to go to the track all the time, or sorry, if you don't have the time, better said, if you don't have the time to go to the track and you kind of just want to enjoy that experience, but you don't want to have a full-on race car, and you don't want to have a tame car, like the nice balance of just enjoying motorsport, of the brake bite, the turn-in, the way that the car reacts, is having a street track car, whether it's at 200 horsepower, 700 horsepower, but having a full balanced car, whether it's cruising it and like just feeling the suspension, the car raw, car breaking up, you know, as the cam comes on. Like, there's a lot of those components that people are starting to realize are kind of fun, you know? Going back to Lagrier turbos, like, we know, bro. Shit makes full boost at 1,000 RPM nowadays. Like, we get it. Technology is through the roof, you know? That's kind of taking the essence of driving, actually having to drive your car away, as opposed to you learning how to drive the car in its proper conditions and environment and what it likes.
Absolutely.
You know, so this old makes you, if you don't know how to drive it, it's not fun.
Yeah.
This is for drivers.
These things,
you know?
These things will make you. These things
They'll make you a driver, yeah.
These
Or
things
they're
will
gonna make you call your insurance company and say, this broken down on the side of the road, missing a couple body parts, you know?
100%,
I don't know what happened. I hit a deer, you know? And that's what's fun, bro. Kind of always living that 10/10, you know, life, finding that limit, you know?
100%.
As an adrenaline junkie, you know what it's like, bro. Crazy pools, going through the trap, fucking brakes going to the floor, shit, you know, you feel like you're gonna fucking die, and that's what makes you feel, you know, something.
That's part of it.
Yeah, something.
Man.
Yeah.
That's what gets us all addicted.
Yes, absolutely. So this is a pretty radical piece, you know, again. Yeah.
All right, so
ignition system's pretty crazy. That's one of my favorite parts.
I think we're gonna have to take this one out tonight.
Think so?
I think we're gonna have to take this one out tonight.
Let's do it, bro.
There hasn't been a time here where we don't just come and look at the cars. We go and experience all of them. Get all the sounds.
Listen.
Make some pulls. You always show us a good time.
100%, bro. And like, honestly, I'm not trying to like talk shit, but like, I don't know how many dealerships can have this many 30-year-old cars that we could get in the car, fire it up, not have to do a single thing, go
for some rips.
150 kilometers, mile per hour rip, you know, and come back and do it again the next day. You know, I take a lot of pride in that, and like sorting all these cars. It's not just finding a hot rod, it's making this shit work, you know, and that's, hopefully I'm not talking shit and we don't break down in all 4 cars right now. No, but dude, it's, you know, we'll take it easy and we'll have some fun and kind of just get the essence of the car, and,
man.
You know.
I can't be in this room and not see this beautiful R34 just peeking over at me.
Listen, bro, you drag GTR.
I know there's like never
drag GTR guys.
a basic normal GTR here. So
you drag GTR guys, you know, it's not 2,000 horsepower billet block, you know, PPG stage 66, fucking billet fucking transfer case and diff. It's just a really well-built GTR that paved the way kind of for what I think made GTRs today. You know, capable, you know, this is a Hollinger crash box, fucking sequential, triple R Z-tune block, you know, Z-tune crank. 12 piston brakes. It has 8 oil coolers, meaning you got to put them to use, and you don't put them to use unless you're traveling long distance, high speed, you know, and making some jam. So we just did, it went over to Rap Performance. We did a Motec M130 with a PDM.
Oh, no way, dude.
So just
you put a little bit of new age spice on it.
It needs a little updating, bro. Put some safeties. The motor's worth way too much money to be playing games.
Yeah.
You know, if it was like a stocker car, it's not a big deal, but considering the block is $30,000 just for the block.
Yeah. Z-tune block, you're saying?
Yeah, so it's a Nismo GT Triple R block. We've kept everything 100% OG. Obviously, it's got a PRP trigger kit. You know, shout out to PRP, the f***ing best in the game. I can't tell you how many people don't know that HKS T51R is a real thing, and they just T51R mod their turbos not knowing that this is the turbo that started all that. The whistle that comes from this car, but being more journal bearing than ball bearing, which is mad annoying. Every time you just crack the throttle, it whistles. This thing, like, you stay in it, and when you hear that whistle start to come, it's like, okay, it's coming, you know, that laggy shit, and it starts to whistle and it disappears. It feels like a freight train.
Hell yeah.
Magnesium wheels.
Dude, that's awesome.
Carbon doors, carbon drive shaft, custom cut gears, kind of just everything. Transfer case cooler, trans cooler, 2 diff coolers, you know, 3 engine coolers, fuel cooler, kind of fucking over the top, you know, but.
So I think we should throw some, a little bit of JDM spice in the cruise tonight.
I think it's worthy.
Can we take this thing out?
Yeah, absolutely.
We featured a ton of Skylines and stuff, been to Australia, we've built one ourselves, but something about the cars that come from Japan, they're just so different than just like the big horsepower stuff. They're all around, well balanced. Even the way they sound, the way they drive, like the way they're tuned, like just everything about it, man.
These are 100,000 mile cars, you know? They build these cars to like, they don't build them so that they're less reliable than a stock one. They build them to be more reliable and make more power. So they overbuild these cars. This setup can make glob like way more. It makes 890. Right now at 8,000 RPM, it spins 9. The car's off. No timing. It's like breathing. Yeah. That's at 25 pounds of boost. Like, we're not forcing anything into this car to make that type of power. Clearly it'll make more, but if you want a car that'll last you like a lifetime, that's the, you know, this is what you need. You need a trans, you need diffs, you need every single chassis brace, Nissan dampeners from chassis to from bumper to bumper point. It has Nissan Yamaha dampeners. Like, you've never felt anything so tight. I mean, I've never felt the GTR so tight in at high speed. You know, there's GTRs built for road racing, GTRs built for top end, there's GTRs built for drag racing. I mean, I think you know a few of them.
I mean, I've only really felt the GTRs go straight line fast, so maybe you can show me what these things are about.
Yeah, bro, I mean, you know, again, I think it's just like the old school Hollinger, you know, the T51R, the way the car comes into boost and the way the car feels. You know, I think banging gears 4, 5, 6 all the way and feeling like you're doing 100 miles an hour is a wild feeling.
I love how we're just walking through here and just kind of like hand picking cars. Oh, we'll take that one out. We'll take that one out.
We can take them all out, bro.
This thing probably sounds pretty wild, huh?
You're gonna hear it, dude. This chops like I'm not even kidding. A C6 Z06, like 2012 YouTube dreams. It sounds like, I don't even know how to explain it. You've never heard a Ferrari that sounds like this. This is definitely the biggest cars and coffee flex, because that's what we call it. Cars built to go road racing, but ideally, you know, like this is like a perfect canyon car. Still has AC, it does all the stuff. Yeah. The other 89 turbo, this I would consider it a sleeper because it looks like a grandpa spec car, you know, to like kind of the normal person.
This is hold on.
Until you get a little peak, it's a little spicy down there.
This is what we're calling a sleeper these days, huh?
Listen, from the front it's a sleeper, you know, from the back maybe not so much. Yeah.
Look at this thing. It's menacing, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's pretty spicy, man. And it's kind of like,
I love it.
The highlight of the car is kind of
is that the
fabrication.
I don't mean to interrupt you here, but
yeah, man.
Is that a TurboNetX turbo?
Yeah, bro. It's been
I
about.
can't remember the last time I've seen one.
I say 15 years, 15 to 20 years since I've seen one.
Dude,
you're gonna see this works, bro. It works beautifully with the car.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
oh man.
Again, it's built by this shop called Promodet, and this is just like a perfect balance car, bro.
I mean, this thing's just, it looks like it's just ready to party.
Well, kind of one of my favorite things about the car is that it has like this really nice patina. you know, that the car looks like nicely worn. It's not like, doesn't have a beat up look, but it looks like it's not driven. And typically, again, with this body style, what they call a backdate. So it's called a backdated 911 when they take a 90s or 80s car and they make it look like 1973, a long hood conversion. Typically, it's like the Singer. If you look up Singer 911, you see a $2 million like showpiece, like, you know, I can't touch it. It's kind of a f you to them, you know, because this gets down and it's got rock chips and it's a little rough around the edges. The AM fittings in the front might give away the sleeper look unless you don't know what you're looking at, you know?
I love it.
Big ass oil cooler hanging out the front.
Honestly, this one's like really feels like a perfect balance, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to cut the chit chat and
let's get the f out of here
and go for a ride in these things. So we're gonna give you some more details on some of the other cars that we're gonna take out. But I think for now, what do you think? We take out this thing, definitely this thing. Ferrari?
I think that 355 is something that people gotta hear this shit, you know?
Oh,
like,
okay.
Just,
hell yeah.
That's the best sounding Ferrari, you know, arguably the best sounding Ferrari is the 355. With a set of Total race cams, it makes it just a little bit better. Yeah.
So we'll take the Ferrari out.
Yeah.
34?
Yeah, you gotta hear that. You gotta hear that fucking old school gearbox, and that T51R is gonna just feel like an old battleship, you know? I love it.
This is gonna be an epic night. We're gonna go out, we're gonna get some sick shots, we're gonna get some awesome noises, make a couple blasts in these cars, give you guys the full experience. The boys at RMC never disappoint. Let's get into it. Walk around here before we roll out. Damn. That's pure dream right here, dude. Gearhead dream all the way.
First Garage Active 33 built by Garage Active is gonna be for sale here in Miami.
Nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Look at this thing, dude.
Radical, bro.
Does it have like Z-tune fenders or something? Like a flare, right? Yeah. God, look at that. We've seen a lot of cool stuff in TRC's day, but I gotta give it to RMC, man. They always kill it. Always kill it. All right, so ready to ride out?
Yeah, let's go.
You got a couple spots in mind?
I got a couple spots. Depends how far you want to drive. We can drive all night.
Let's do it. Let's
do
it
it
all night, dude.
As long as we got gas, we're good.
The Porsche definitely right on the crash point. No, don't talk to extreme racing Gran Turismo.
Let's go.
Let's
go. You know what's up, bro.
Cheers.
Have a great one.
Dude,
This is mechanical, bro.
I love it. I'm already in love, and we've been in this for like 2 seconds. I love how the gauges are turned. Because you never need to be anywhere besides 8,000 RPM.
Exactly. 12 o'clock is ideal for everything. Once you get on
Thing's
boost,
already
really
just-
nice. I mean, it's a big motor. It's a 3.3, so they, you know, typically we're used to smaller displacement motors.
Exactly.
Trying to spool these things, but like these shits get up, they make a lot of torque. So yeah, bro, this is
Dude,
this is bare bones. This is all you really need to have fun.
My man's in the future here.
Bro,
You brought this thing to the future. You got a Type-C charger in this thing.
100%, bro. Listen, modern amenities, you know, old school
BBC,
feel.
HKS deal right there.
If I had a brick phone, it'd be a different story, you know. But we're going right.
The sounds that this thing fucking makes, dude.
Bro, that's the beautiful thing about having nothing in the fucking car is that
Oh,
people are like, oh, does it make a lot of noise? Like, yeah, bro, that's the whole point. I want it to make all the fucking noise.
oh
Like,
my god.
if not, I drive a 2029 fucking Porsche Turbo if I didn't want any noise.
Look how menacing this thing fucking looks, dude. Oh my god. God, look at that thing.
So this medium boost.
The experience of this thing is just unreal, bro.
I mean, I don't know, like, I drive fast too, you know, but like, I just like this.
It's so planted.
Just feels good.
It's so good.
It's so confident, inspiring. Like,
This is such a good experience. God, I need one of these things.
yeah, bro. And the thing is that you can do this all night. As long as you're cruising, this got fresh air in it, you got good gas, good fluids.
And the sound, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
And having an engine like push you, I think having an air-cooled engine just feels more mechanical. It's a very rudimentary engine. It's very simple. It has slip-on jugs. It has two cases like it's a Volkswagen engine.
Yeah.
It's really not that complicated. Obviously, to make power, there's just a lot of little tricks that people are learning here, you know? Or a lot of the tricks that have been, if they haven't been passed down to generations, they're fucking lost.
Yep.
So people are starting to like reinvent the wheel because now there's a lot of money being poured into these cars once again. The problem is that it takes 2 to 3 years and $100,000 to build a okay motor, you know? And that's not there's still not enough R&D on those types of things, you know?
Yeah.
The guy who built this car specifically has built the fastest in Japan. Not the high, he has had the highest horsepower, 1,000 plus horsepower air-cooled cars 20 years ago. But he just knows what the chassis needs, what the setup needs, what the driver needs, and nothing else. You know, he knows how to make a car fun for you. You know, and that's something that we do a lot with our customers. I get people who call me and they want something, and I'll sell them something else, just because where they live might not fit the car, you know, and then the car, they don't end up liking the car goes through a bad life, you know, they end up not liking me. Instead, I'll put them in some shit that is good to their environment and to their driving experience.
100%, dude. I feel like in Japan, it's like, they look at it like an art, you know?
Absolutely.
It's like an art, everything over there.
It's just, brother, listen, I like all the new shit, but
That sound
they don't
right
make
there,
that
dude.
shit anymore, bro.
That sound right there, dude. probably one of the coolest experiences of my life right there. Nothing beats that.
You don't need more than that, bro.
That's it. That made my night right there. Bro, this thing's a fucking weapon.
It's a fucking weapon, bro.
It's a weapon, dude. Bro, that first gear is spicy, bro. That first gear is spicy, dude.
That's 500 horsepower, bro.
Oh,
but
God.
it's the weight that people can't like put together. They don't know.
Everything about this is...
you need to, like, people have to stop being like spec sheet people, you know, like they just like eliminate anything that doesn't make globs of horsepower anymore.
Right. This right
That's
here
cool though.
is just,
I only need the people that know, you know?
bro, this right here is just experience.
Temps are fucking pinned. That's where you want it. That's
Perfect.
it. Look at this.
Perfect,
That's
dude.
like, okay.
Can't skip a beat.
Yeah.
Dude, look at this thing. Oh man, these things are so cool. Honestly, I'm speechless, dude. What
It's
an
cool, bro.
experience.
I think
experience.
You feel me? Like the yellow car has a similar power, but it just feels a little sloppier, which makes it also
For sure.
fun in its own way.
This car's dialed.
It's dialed as though.
Dialed.
Yeah.
Guys, that was an unreal experience. Unreal.
No, I'm at the underpass.
Unreal. This thing is a weapon. Oh man. Oh, I'm in love. Why'd you do that to me, bro?
Brother, we gotta preach about these things, man.
Why'd you do that to me, bro?
We gotta preach, bro.
Oh, God.
You can't be biased. Not you, but people just
Listen.
can't be biased.
It's not all about the horsepower.
It's not about the horsepower.
This is a testament
It's about
to
the
that
heart,
right
brother.
there.
It's about the heart. You gotta stay in the bitch.
This is the testament right here, dude. Oh, just look at this thing.
Yeah, what do you think though? Like,
It's perfect.
do you think it's a perfect balance? Like, you don't need
Literally.
any more than that in this chassis,
This
at least,
thing is
you know?
perfect.
For like drivability, it's got like a nice
Everything.
It's just a nice mix.
So this one drove smoother than like the yellow one.
the yellow one,
The yellow one was more like
the yellow one was like,
super raw.
to me, what I would look. The yellow one is still one of the baddest weapons
yeah.
I've ever had in my life. I'm not gonna lie
that's
to
still
you.
one of the coolest ride-alongs
But
I've
like,
had
there's
to this
also
day.
there's also like it's really hard to explain because all of them feel different. You know, again, air-cooled 911, 500 horsepower, roll cage, big brakes. Everybody's like, yeah, it's the same thing. The yellow one was so good that it's like too good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally too good.
Yeah.
I did come to find out that car was fucking off. So I found the original owner, and that car made 800, and they had to turn it down because the driver couldn't drive it.
All right, guys, we got the first spot here. Gonna take some nice cinematics for you guys. Hope you enjoy. Dude, this thing right here. I think this might be my favorite, bro.
It's the perfect motorsport look.
Dude,
The stance, the flares,
look at that thing.
the arrow, all the shining and glistening. I mean, it really is one of the fucking baddest cars. We got this car from this guy called Matsuda, who's the owner of Platts. It's a race shop that builds kind of street track race cars. And I got it from a friend of mine here in the States who actually sold his personal 935. His name's Dick Barber. He raced Le Mans in the 70s and the 80s. And he had called me and said, I heard you're the guy that likes these Japanese 911s. And I'm like, yeah, bro, you're talking to the right guy, yeah. He put me in contact with Matsuda because he had met him in the 80s when he sold him his 935 Moby Dick K3. This essentially was his street car. That was his race car. So all the motorsport knowledge that he was able to accumulate from the factory race car kind of implemented it into this car, obviously with a lot of motorsport background, but it's still very customized in his own way. The car is full flat bottom. Every single piece on the suspension is custom made. Every arm, bump steer correction, the brakes, it's all stuff that I've never seen on a G-body 930. I mean, for me, it is motorsport art. I think I see me owning this car long term and dialing it in and making it like, making the guy proud. You know, the guy was super happy that I was going to like a, semi-motorsport enthusiast.
For sure.
I sent my homie out there, Andy, that's he's a 3-time champion in Formula Drift, and that was a nice introduction, with a very motorsport mind. And I was really happy, he took pictures with the car and shit. He was like, yeah, like,
That's awesome, dude.
And I feel like doing the right thing is like having that car, long term and dialing it in and until, the right home comes.
All right, so when we got rudely interrupted.
Yes. 5-0, you know how it goes.
So we overstayed our welcome at the last spot, but here we're at a The old 7-Eleven. You know,
Yes.
that worked out conveniently.
Very Japanese friendly.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning where some of these cars are from. I think you mentioned the red cars from Osaka.
Yes, red car is from Osaka. The white car, Promodet, is just outside of Tokyo, like 2 hours north. This car is Saitama, it's about 2 hours south of Tokyo. This car is from Osaka as well, and the black Ferrari is from Nagoya, actually. Sounds crazy, but like, you know, just kind of curating like all the, kind of the coolest shit, you know?
Dude, that's so awesome. It's like Japan's right here in our backyard.
I mean, you know, dude, I'm obsessed with the whole tuning culture there. It goes beyond Fast and the Furious for some people who don't know.
This thing's a weapon.
Yes.
I heard it's like a straight up highway monster.
This car was built by Technical Factory, which is the highest branch of HKS, like branches, because HKS doesn't build anything in-house aside from race cars. They kind of have HKS dealers all over Japan. Technical Factory, I'd say, are the mad scientists for sure. To them, this is the highest customer spec car they've ever built. It has absolutely every fucking expensive part you could ever put on a GTR. So there's guys who like the original stuff, and then there's guys who are like obsessed with like the strut bar and what brakes are on the car and what chassis reinforcement. And this car has literally everything. Technical Factory built the car for a customer who essentially lived in the sticks and wanted to get to Tokyo as fast as possible. So it was his Pachinko gambling machine. Fast Specification was the name, and this is a web option article that speaks about this 60-year-old guy who literally was just balls to the wall driving by himself, just like this solo high-speed runner. When I actually got the car, it had 64 external lights on it that I took off, all PIA, the highest grade shit. It had 2 batteries with a power inverter inside.
Wow.
I think this guy actually ran out of like mods. There was nothing left. And I would never ever in my life, obviously I took them off because no one would understand, and it's really hard to understand. It is a ricey ass thing to do, but like I can just imagine some old head doing 200 miles an hour with all these lights on, blasting through the highway, you know, like it's a UFO. This must have been a UFO.
Damn.
But I like it like this, you know, and at some
dude.
point, even on HKS's blog, it was like this. Obviously under this light, we think Athlete Silver is probably one of the coolest colors at night. It
really
reflects the
is,
light
dude.
beautifully, especially with the Z-Tune kit.
I don't know if the camera's gonna do it justice, but damn,
Yeah.
it's nice, dude.
Yeah, bro, so the doors are carbon, so it's kind of off, you know.
Oh, the door's carbon?
Yeah, so it's got carbon doors on it from Midori Seibi, so you can see the inlays.
Gangster, bro.
Yeah.
It looks like it fits perfect.
No, dude, I mean, electric windows are normal,
Yeah.
just normal. That's why it's got a cage, because you need some reinforcements.
You aren't kidding. Everything you could possibly do to one of these things.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
This
the
thing's so
ARC
good.
exhaust, they only built 8 of them. They're $20,000 just for the exhaust.
Dude, when you were revving it earlier, this has got to be like one of my favorite sounding GTRs, man. The combination is so good. Fire it up, dude. Let's hear this
Yeah,
thing.
for sure. So yeah, I mean, most people here just do like the Tomei, Timu,
Yeah.
you know, titanium exhaust. It sounds nice. It just makes a lot of racket. This really has a pretty note to it. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, if you flash a light, you can kind of see the oil coolers poking down here.
Rear camera.
HKS Technical Factory badge, so everybody's got HKS strokers and then maybe an HKS complete engine, but this is an HKS complete car. This is no bolt left unturned, and the highest spec of everything that you could possibly do to the car.
So this is like holy grail right here, dude.
I mean, for somebody like myself, you know, again, there's, just like in anything, there's Porsche purists, and then there's Porsche motorsport enthusiasts, you know, and then there's a fine line in between, and I think that this car is, for me, this is f***ing it. It's not the 1700 horsepower GTRs, which is, I would love to experience one day, you know, but this is just an old mechanical, analog, visceral machine. This setup has been like this for 20 years. All we did was a Multicam 130 and a PDM, obviously in fuel system, but everything else is identical. We left all the original gauges, which are installed by HKS.
So good.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's pretty crazy. Oil pressure at idle.
Love it. See if you take this thing for a little test rip.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're not gonna be shocked. You know, it just sounds good, feels good. You know,
I'm here for the experience, man.
it's the experience, bro. You know?
I mean, this is like a once in a lifetime. This specific spec build, like
I definitely say there's not another one in the world like
dude,
this.
it's
There's a
nuts.
lot of radical GTRs, like
For sure.
There's a lot, but definitely that's a beautiful thing about tuning GTRs is that every single one is different. There's no cookie cutter GTR in Japan.
Yep.
You know?
Hell yeah,
And
man.
we don't like anything cookie cutter. Cookie cutter. It's just for the birds. That's
Hell
it.
yeah. I love the old school, like,
MFD.
yeah.
That's a Nismo MFD, bro. Like, if I tell you how much these parts are, you'll lose your
Bro,
mind.
it's crazy now, right?
Yeah, like that in the box is 12 grand.
This in the box is 12 grand.
Not just the Nismo brain.
Right.
Just so that you can have water temp, exhaust temp, intake temp, and a bunch of
Oh
other
my god,
things.
dude.
Yeah.
That's a TV.
Yeah.
God.
The suspension feels, the car feels so f***ing planted, it's unreal. Like it's,
Jesus Christ. This f***ing thing is playing it.
so this is wastegate.
Jesus Christ. This thing's fucking rocket ship, dude.
Something light.
This thing, I can just picture the 60-year-old dude
Cooking.
cooking, making blasts, dude.
Bro, that's wastegate. Look at the boot. Look, we got, that's nothing. That's one more, and that's the f***ing, that's a, you know, we had a couple more settings to go.
Dude,
See what I
honestly,
mean?
this
Roll
thing
back
is just,
into it.
yeah, bro.
Go
Just,
190 miles an hour again. At no point do you feel that the car is
like falling apart.
falling
bro,
apart,
this thing is
out of control.
planted. It's dialed, dude. Dialed.
Dialed is
Dialed, dude.
I'm gonna change my name to dialed 90 boxes.com.
The pure experience of these cars, bro. Just 100% TRC approved.
My man.
Unreal. Unreal experiences.
It's for different types of driving, bro.
Every time we come here, it's just nothing but smiles, bro. Can't thank you enough, dude.
Appreciate you, brother.
awesome.
going, bro.
This thing's fucking awesome,
This shit
bro.
is exciting, dude.
Oh man, it's crazy because you can be flat out and still just. This thing's planted.
You don't gotta lift.
This thing's planted. In a drag car, you better be going dead straight.
Yeah, 100%. But
If not, you're in trouble. You know what I mean?
100%.
This thing is all the fucking fun, bro.
Yeah, bro. You just point and shoot.
All the fucking
Point and
fun,
shoot,
bro.
point and shoot, point and shoot. This car's very fast road racing, by the way. This car, there's actually, in that article, this car ran 1 minute and 1 second at Scuba. In comparison, you know, the fastest cars in the world are just sub 1 minute. So it's 1 second off a car that's tailored just for road racing.
Right.
This is a full weight, like non-race car of that style. It's still very much, once I get your ass in a road, we're gonna go road racing GTR next.
Hell yeah.
That's the next, I think the next GTR video.
The next adventure. Let's do it.
Bro, you've done them all, you know? So like, why not like explore GTR options?
100%.
Get I have a 700 wheel horsepower R32 GTR with a sequential.
That's it. Sign
That's
me
set
up.
up for that. It'll be here in a little bit. You'll see.
You hear that, boys? Sign me up. We're gonna go road race some
We're going racing, baby.
GTRs. Oh, my boy's got the burble tune.
Look at the hazards, everything.
Oh,
the
man,
disrespect
we
is
just
crazy.
got it all, bro. Look at this look at this, dude. Oh my god.
All game.
Yeah, I think sounds so good. All right, guys, that was probably one of the coolest GTR experiences I've ever had. Oh man, my adrenaline's still freaking going. My adrenaline is still freaking pumping, man. We got this beautiful skyline behind us here. Look at this. Look at that. God. Beautiful night here. Beautiful cars, awesome people. This is what we live for, man. This is it, right here. I mean, just look at this thing. Look at this freaking weapon. I'm absolutely in love with this thing as well. Both of these things are just absolute machines. I honestly can't choose. I honestly can't choose. Unreal night, guys. Unreal night. We're gonna provide a little bit more cinematics for you. We're gonna do a nice little photo shoot here. This beautiful skyline right here. So that's the final chariot left.
It's the last one, bro.
Is that
The NA Warrior.
is that our chariot home?
That is. That's the God's Chariot. Home, nice cruise, beautiful sound, slow
Yeah, dude.
speeds. Sounds a little different than most 355s, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's been an absolute blast. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. It's about 3 a.m. right now, so we're gonna call it a night. But for those of you who wanna stick around and check out the Ferrari, we're gonna give you some sights and sounds with the Ferrari on our drive back. Thanks for tagging along. Catch you in the next one.
Spaceship. God, I love that car.
Camera inception.
Oh.